Hi, my name is Allison Stankiewicz, and I chose the topic of writing for authentic audiences and purposes. It's first important to understand what an authentic audience is. An authentic audience is anyone besides the teacher that reads students' writing. Writing for an authentic audience can help to develop a clear and significant purpose, as well as motivate students to write. It connects school writing assignments to a real-world context, and it makes writing real, relatable, and relevant for students. There's so much research on the value of writing for authentic audiences and purposes. Giving students the opportunity to do this aligns directly with the Common Core standards. When students write for a real audience, the letter grade becomes secondary, and their pride in publishing a quality story becomes the primary. Students need to know that their voice is being heard and that their writing is being read. Providing students with an audience helps them understand why their writing is worthwhile. When students are given opportunities to write for authentic audiences, the purpose of their writing becomes more evident and meaningful. So often, final copies of student writing get put into a folder only to be seen by teachers. Admittedly, I have done this before, but I'll never do it again. Consequently, when students do not write for authentic audiences, their purpose for writing not only weakens, but also can become non-existent. Audience and purpose matter in ways that school often shields writers from. Purpose in school is usually completely absent or artificial. Since there's no real difference to be caused, there's no purpose. Audiences are everywhere, but teachers must create opportunities for students to share their writing. This seems like a daunting task, but starting with familiar faces is the first step. This could be students in the same class, in another class, or even at another grade level. This could be the principal, assistant principal, or guidance counselor. Next, teachers can contact locals, members of the community. Teachers can also utilize the internet to express their requests by emailing, on Twitter, and Facebook. It's also important for teachers to allow students to write in a variety of formats, such as creating a brochure, making a website, writing a magazine article, or creating a presentation. After all, an audience wants to read something that grabs their attention rather than just being handed a 5-page paper. Teachers can create authentic audiences and purposes for writing across all grade levels. These are a couple of examples of writing tasks. Teachers could have their fourth graders write a persuasive letter to the principal about why recess should be longer. Fourth grade students could also make a brochure after reading a book of their choice, providing a summary, favorite quotes, lessons or morals, and a rating or recommendation for the book. At the middle school level, students could create a presentation about the importance of having healthy foods for lunch every day. Seventh graders could also write a magazine article on the environmental issues that they see in their community, along with ideas about how to solve these problems. At the high school level, students could write an article for the school newspaper discussing the effects of cyberbullying. 10th graders could also make a website showcasing the importance of having the arts at school. Sean Hackney, a high school English teacher, discusses the importance of writing for authentic audiences. His students chose to write a digital magazine article that discussed current issues. Within the first few days of school, students developed an understanding of audience, a shared purpose for writing, an understanding of how genre and context would shape what students wrote in the course, and a focus on writing to learn and share ideas, not only for the grade. Students were excited to create something together that was real and would motivate them to keep writing, keep revising, keep sharing ideas with each other about how to sharpen their writing, and to keep publishing so that the world could hear their voice and have an invitation to respond. At Winthrop Grade School, we follow the Lucy Calkins Reading and Writing Workshop model, in which the units of study align with each other. For third grade writing, Unit 1 is narrative, Unit 2 is expository or informational, Unit 3 is persuasive or opinion, and Unit 4 is fairy tales. During each writing unit, teachers emphasize the importance of writing for an audience and for a purpose. During our writing workshop, I give my students opportunities to collaborate. They share their writing with their classmates, encouraging and giving meaningful feedback to each other. Students also choose the topic they write about. This helps to give them a sense of control over their learning, resulting in a strong and meaningful purpose for writing. At the beginning of this year, I read aloud Fenway and Hattie by Victoria J. Coe. After finishing the book, I had students write questions and their thoughts and feelings about the book. I then contacted the author and we video chatted with her. My students read their writing to her and she responded to them. I often give my students opportunities to write for authentic audiences. After students finish the final copy of their work, I always send it home with them to share with their families. My students also love sharing their work with students in the younger grades. I communicate with my colleagues and set up times for my students to share their writing with first and second graders. It's so important for students to write for authentic audiences so that their writing means something to them, and teachers need to create opportunities for their students to do this. Writing for authentic audiences can be done at all grade levels, from first grade all the way up to high school, and across all content areas. The first step is to just start. Start with familiar faces at school, contact members of the community, and use the internet to contact specific people or groups of people.